Okay, so tonight's subject is aging gracefully. How a carnivore diet can and does support longevity. Now, of course, the research on this is relatively recent, but it does look like it has huge potential to help us live longer and healthier lives. I mean, that's the object of the exercise, isn't it? Actually, we don't want to just live longer. We don't want to be living with aches and pains and feeling yuck. We want to age gracefully with lots of energy and feeling great. So I just thought I'd go over the benefits of being specifically on carnivore, because carnivore has huge levels of nutrition, but also this does incorporate the low inflammatory lifestyle too. So in theory, it should improve your skin health. Now, because of the collagen boost. So being as collagen is the most abundant protein in our bodies, it is crucial for maintaining the structure and elasticity of our skin. So the carnivore diet is rich in collagen, especially when we're consuming connective tissues and bone broth. And when you're eating slow, gentle, cooked meat, which has all the sinews and all of the what we used to call gristle, of course, but because it's slow cooked and broken down, it means we can actually eat it easily. And so we're consuming very, very high levels of collagen, which can help keep the skin firm, hydrated, and can reduce the appearance of wrinkles and fine lines. So studies have shown that collagen supplements can improve your elasticity and hydration and reduce wrinkles. However, there's quite a proviso with that, and I'll go into that in a sec. And also because the carnivore diet has such a high level of bioavailable vitamins and minerals, such as vitamin A, which is retinol, which is essential for skin health. So vitamin A helps with cell turnover and repair, reducing the appearance of age spots and maintaining a youthful complexion. I would also say doing your liver flush on a regular basis can also help with that. You know, they're called liver spots for a reason. But vitamin A helps cell turnover, repair, reducing the appearance of spots and maintaining a youthful complexion. Vitamin D, which is found in fatty fish and organ meats, and can help with cell growth and repair. So vitamin E acts as an antioxidant, which protects the skin from damage. So it doesn't necessarily reverse the aging of the skin, but can prevent more. Plus, if you're doing this, we must remember that we need to have other nutrients that are needed for collagen absorption. And they are magnesium, selenium, boron, and silica. They are vital because if we don't have those, we won't be breaking the collagen down enough for our bodies to be able to utilize it. And so that is one thing that's a really important one, which is why we're always going minerals, minerals, minerals. So that's your collagen and skin health. Also enhance joint function. So by reducing inflammation, especially chronic inflammation, is a significant factor in this way of life. And so basically, if you've been prone to joint pain, arthritis, or had injuries, then long term, this can really, really help your body to heal. So the carnivore diet eliminates plant toxins and anti-nutrients such as lectins and oxalates, which can cause inflammation and joint pain. By reducing the inflammatory compounds, the diet helps decrease overall inflammation, leading to less joint pain and improved function. So, and again, because of the supportive nutrients, especially if you're doing broth, So if you're doing chicken broth, for example, it's very high in glucosamine, chondroitin, and also, of course, my brain just went, and hyaluronic acid. And so they are vital for helping our bodies to repair. And it's far better and more absorbable than any supplement. And of course, gelatin. So with having chicken broth and gelatin, you're getting type 1, type 2, and type 3 collagen, which are the major compounds for helping to have healthy cartilage, lubricating your joints, and reducing joint pain. Studies have shown that these nutrients can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, and repair. So making them so valuable for prevention of aging of your joints, and also the repair process that you might have incurred over your lifetime, and who hasn't really. So if you've got pain or anything, then remember, this can take a bit of time. So when we look at our replenishment of bones, in theory, we have a new cell structure every year because the cells are replicating all the time, but we have to have changed quite substantially before we can see the changes as much as you'd expect. So basically, new bones and everything can take a little bit of time, is what I'm saying. But you do tend to get great results with doing the carnivore diet because it's reducing the inflammation, so allowing you to let go of that pain that could be causing you problems, but the repair of real bone stuff can take a little bit longer. So just a reminder, be patient. That's it. Be patient with self, because I've talked about this before, is some people, when you let go of weight quickly, what happens is you can end up with saggy skin. But what it does is it takes a little bit of time for the skin to catch up and shrink. So don't worry about it. You will shrink along with it eventually. Just takes a little bit of time. So the other thing that the carnivore diet's really good for is cognitive longevity. And we've all heard of the explosion of dementia, Alzheimer's, and actually what's called type 3 diabetes, which is dementia. So when you're on the carnivore diet, you've got brain healthy fats. And as we've talked about before, the brain is composed of about 60 to 70% fat and requires healthy fats to function optimally. And the carnivore diet provides an abundance of omega-3 fatty acids from fish, mackerel, and also other meats and things. So omega-3s are crucial for maintaining brain cell membranes and reducing inflammation again, and protecting against decline of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. So if we look at what we're doing when we're on a carnivore diet, is we're in ketosis, and the carnivore diet induces that really quickly, where the body uses ketones derived from fat as a primary energy source instead of glucose. Ketones are more efficient and clean energy source for the brain, which improves the mental clarity, focus, and cognitive function. Research has shown that ketosis can enhance brain function and may protect against cognitive decline. And that's quite interesting, really, because I remember when I first brought Fast Track to the world, which was in 2010, many doctors were warning my clients about going into ketosis and how dangerous it was. And oh my gosh, how things have changed, eh? So now research is showing that we're right. Getting into ketosis is the best way of being. And so practical tips for maintaining health as we age, of course, is prioritizing quality food. So make sure that your meat is grass-fed, and preferably pasture raised. Choosing high quality meats is really important. Also, wild caught fish as opposed to farmed. You will get the most nutrients without any harmful additives. And so also grass-fed meats are higher in omega-3 fatty acids and conjugated linoleic acid, which is CLA for short. And of course, antioxidants compared to grain-fed meat. We're really lucky here in New Zealand that we do generally have grass-fed meat, but just keep an eye out that you don't get grain finished meat, because they finish by feeding grains because it's supposed to taste better. So just keep an eye out for that. So, and of course, the nutrients involved in that support overall health, and as well as reducing inflammation and protecting against chronic diseases. Now, organ meats, I know, not my favorite, but it might be yours. Incorporate organ meats like liver, heart, kidneys into your diet. They're nutritional powerhouses. You've heard me talk about liver before if you've been on my programs. Basically, liver contains huge amounts of A, B, iron, zinc, and most of the other minerals and everything. So I did ask the company Homegrown Primal if you wanted to take organ meats in capsule form rather than eating them, because I know some of you love them, but I personally don't. So I occasionally take the supplements when I think about it, when I feel I need it. But I talked to them about it because I wasn't sure about the selenium, because New Zealand's soil is very selenium deficient, but they've had them tested and they've got very, very good levels of selenium in. So it might be worth investing in those if you choose not to eat organ meats. Again, they recommend something like 6 capsules a day. And as I say, I don't think we need to do that. I think we just use it intuitively, just choose maybe 1 or 2. So there's one called Boost, which I think is the one which is liver, and then there's another one which is a mixture. And so all I do is I sort of get one and then I get the other, get one and get the other. So it's just getting a variety of different nutrients. The other thing, of course, is staying hydrated. You've heard me talk about it before, and I was talking just earlier about electrolytes, and it's really important that we have enough minerals. And if you maintain your electrolyte balance, which is vital for muscle function, nerve transmission, and also hydration, if we don't have enough minerals, we won't hydrate. So again, bone broth is a really good way of getting your potassium and other sodium and everything else. So which provides hydration as well as great mineral, great nutrition. So electrolytes are an important component, which is why I get you to do the boost drops, which contains some, but also the Himalayan salt sol. But some of you might feel the need to get electrolytes. And so just let me know if you want to know where to get them from, and I'll put them in the post below this video in our groups, I should say, because it's also the food and frequencies for I can't remember, holistic health, that's the one. So just changed it, I couldn't remember it. Okay, and also the other thing is make sure you keep your body moving. And I'm not talking about that you have to go and do hard out exercise. I'm talking about just keeping your body moving. So if you're like me and you work on a computer, what I would recommend you do is you put a timer on your phone for 47 minutes. And there's a study about this and how it helps you be much more productive. And then you have 13 minutes where you get up from your computer and you either I go and walk up and down the stairs a few times and do the washing and move around and generally 13 minutes, and then come back and do it again. because they reckon that if you do that, you're much more clear-headed, you'll get much more work done, and you'll feel so much better. So there's lots of things you can do in 13 minutes. Like there's quite a few different workouts on videos and things where you could maybe do a dance or where you can do all sorts of things. So it depends on if you're in an office, of course, where you might not be able to do that. But if you're at home, then it's good. Yes, sir.
What's your take on those vibrating things that you stand on? Don't
Oh,
look
the
at me.
Vibratrain thing. I,
Sorry, I'm sorry. The things you stand on.
yeah,
Don't look at me.
yeah. I mean,
It's a lot of fun to sit on them, but yeah.
yeah. Some of them are great, and some of them have very high levels of electromagnetic fields.
Right. Mm.
So we could always talk about vibrators as well. The vibrators are not too good because of the electromagnetic fields that they create
Mm.
within our lower chakras. They can really interfere. So yeah, but Vibratrain things, as
Mm.
in that they're actually can be really useful, and especially if you have lymphatic congestion, they can be really, really useful. Also, so can the detox foot baths. So you may have seen them where you put your feet in and they do set and they put a very specific electrical, very low grade electrical currents. They put specific frequencies through too. And what that does is they say that the colors that come out are the levels of toxicity. That's not my experience, but what my experience is it really helps stimulate the cells. So basically it makes the cells vibrate. And so consequently the cells vibrate. And so they actually move the toxic residue. So they are really good. I think they're called Biopulse detox foot baths. Really worth investing in. I used to have them many years ago, and the people that sold it to me told me that the green color came out was gallbladder, and the brown was this and that, and all that sort of color. And so what I did was I was very suspect. I knew they worked. I knew they make you feel good because they do make you feel good. But so one, I had a double one. So I put my client in with one, and then I just put the gizmo gadget that goes in with water and put them both on, and the colors are exactly the same. So the colors are irrelevant, but the actual machine is really good. So if you get a chance, I would really encourage you to go and have a go because it's really good. But yeah, I've got one of those. My husband, who's a bit of a collector, was he cleared someone's garage, and he came home with one of those Vibra things.
Mm.
I actually feel quite good
Oh,
because they
yeah. It's currently in the garage because I needed to make space in my office, but it was given to me. It doesn't have the holdy on bit.
no,
Um, but I just sort of found getting up, if I didn't have enough time to actually have a proper break from work and go for a walk, or the weather's really crap, it's just really nice every now and then to get up,
I'm
stand on it just for a few minutes. It
yeah.
just kind of loosens everything. Sometimes you can even feel tingly for a while afterwards. And then I sort of thought, I wonder if it's too jiggly. Is there a negative to that? And I was sort of just trying to work out. Some days I really feel like doing it, other days I really don't want to. So
Well, then, go with your intuition,
yeah,
because those days go and do something else. So, I mean, you could do, if you feel like it, you could do sort of squats or something like that, if you feel that way inclined. Yeah.
it's what.
Julia's making
Yeah,
faces.
yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
unnatural. Wow.
No.
I used to actually have one of those little steppers under my desk, my standing desk.
Oh, okay.
Just yeah, just to keep moving.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's really quite useful to have different things, isn't it, really? When you work on a desk all the time, it's really useful to have things and routines that keep you moving.
Mm.
So easy to get absorbed. And so, yeah.
Mm.
So that's move your body. And the other thing is prioritizing rest and recovery. It is really, really important, especially if you have a stressful life or a stressful job. It's really important that you manage to have 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. Sleep's crucial for cellular repair, hormone regulation, and overall well-being. And so it's really important. Try and have a window open if you can, so you get fresh air all the time. And also try and avoid screens for an hour or two before bed. So it's because those screens can be overstimulating. So mind you, nothing will stop me going to sleep, but normally a hurricane or something might, I suppose, but you know. And also stress management. So finding things that will help you cope with stress, because stress can impair your ability to let go of weight. It can it can reverse lots and lots of things, including the benefits of a carnivore diet. So if you're under a lot of stress, then your hormones can go out of kilter and everything goes out of kilter. So it's a really important finding stress management techniques for you. So, I mean, it can just mean reading a book or deep breathing and spending time in nature. Or if you're into it, is meditation. Going for a walk in nature is a really good way of reducing stress, because dear old trees provide us with wonderful, wonderful chemicals that can help us feel good. And so chronic stress definitely accelerates aging and leads to various health issues. So it's a very, very important way of thing to do, is to manage stress, especially if you don't want to, if you're aging gracefully or disgracefully, whichever way you wish to. It's up to you. So incorporating the carnivore diet is a very powerful tool to age gracefully and support longevity. And because of the nutrient density of it, and as long as you stay hydrated and move yourself and rest, and you can enjoy or overall better health, and especially cognitive longevity. Now, the cognitive longevity, of course, is to do with blood sugars, and blood sugars are always rectified by doing the low inflammation diet and or carnivore. So yeah, so that's my blurb for the minute. So any questions, lovely ladies, about that blurb? Ah, brilliant, can see you. How nice. Okay, any questions? No. I don't think
I've put a couple in our chat.
Hey, have you?
I have to go back. I can't even tell you what they were.
Karen, what is the 4 a.m. wake up? I know it.
Yeah, it's past liver, and then Sarah jumped in and went.
Well, it can be liver. In actual fact, I always see 4 o'clock as liver hour, really. So I mean, everyone has a different clock, circadian rhythm. So is this you, Julia?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you say it is for you then? Sarah's just put spiritual messages, but you have those all the time.
Yeah, no, but she's right. But it's
Yeah.
this new thing to wake up at 4.
Mira just overheard your question, and she just she's just counting from 1 o'clock down the chakras. And I said, how did you know that? She said, I don't know. So I don't know if there's anything in that.
Yep, there is. I just need to now be conscious enough at 4 a.m. to start doing that.
Yeah. So what's your fourth chakra then? That'll be
Solar plexus.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
interesting.
Well, that'd be around about gut, liver, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Also, could be kidneys there as well. So
Mira is sitting going,
well done, Mira. Very impressed.
Well, yeah, well done. And then if you use the primal stuff, is that enough selenium then, and you don't need to add more selenium?
good
Oh,
question.
good question. Depends on how many you take. Really, if
Okay.
you take the recommended dose, like
Which
6,
is a lot, right?
yes, it is.
Well, that's why I haven't bought it, because I thought at that price, 6 a day,
Yeah.
I might as well just eat money.
Yeah.
I tune in. I've got 2 of their supplements, but I tune in for
Yeah.
the amount.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll say, is that because selenium stinks? I've got selenium, it stinks.
No, it doesn't.
It
It doesn't.
does.
You're a worry.
Anyway, yeah, so
Yeah.
I just tune in for it, but I was like, oh, if you're taking that, do you need,
Yeah, I mean, the great thing about selenium liquid supplementation is it is such reasonably priced.
yeah,
So it might stink, as you say, Julia, but it is reasonably priced. And you can, the great thing is you don't need to take a huge amount of it, so you can drown it in water and put Boost in, and you probably wouldn't smell it, would you?
probably not. So guys, go for the selenium drops, saturated in Boost and water, and then maybe buy a liver and make some pate or something.
Yeah, I made a delicious pate last night. It was chicken livers with butter, so you just cook it, and then a little bit, just a tiny bit of sour cream, and blended it. It was absolutely delish.
I
Made
need
with
to move next door to you, Karen.
made with the bread, which instead of cottage cheese, because I can't find any cottage cheese that doesn't have the carrageenan in, I used ricotta instead.
Ah, that's a good idea.
So
Um,
four eggs, 250 grams of ricotta, a little tiny bit of parmesan to give it a little bit of zing, salt, blend together, put in oven, 200 degrees, about 15 minutes, turn it over, put it on baking parchment, and then turn it over. And voila, you have flatbread. It's great.
What's the thing you just mentioned that you can't find a cottage cheese without?
Carrageenan, yeah.
Carrageenan, what is that? Is that in all the standard anchors and
From what I can see, that there is an organic one, but I've only ever been able to find that in farro. And so I think it's 407. Hang on, I will find out for you. Hang on.
Can you type that word for us, Karen, on the
Oh,
page,
oh,
maybe?
I'll do it on the page. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it
I
in your
can't
notes,
remember how you. I can't remember
because
how you.
I'll need to look at it tomorrow.
yeah. What was I gonna say? The liver thing.
Carrageenan 407.
What is it? Thank you. The liver thing. I just can't. In fact, I love pate as long as I don't think about what it actually is. As soon as I think about what it is, it tastes like liver. And
Okay.
I just can't shake it.
When you get your new kitchen,
Nah.
get Trev
Yes.
to make your pate.
Okay.
It's so simple, honestly. It'll take, or you can get your lovely little helper who's sitting right next to you. She could make it. I'm sure she'd be a whiz at it.
You could handle
Then you have to eat it because then it's full of love.
Yeah,
Samira, make your mum pate and she'll have to eat it because it's full of love.
yeah.
All right, I will. Yeah, no,
Awesome.
I didn't even used to be able to eat meat. My brother, he was such a prick. He would sit there. No, he really was. And he'd just start mooing. He'd moo. And then that would be it. I wouldn't be able to eat my meat. As soon as I was reminded of what it was, I watched the movie Babe and I couldn't eat bacon for like a year. As soon as I think about what it is.
I think you got over that because I hear that you eat a lot of pork.
Not as much anymore. I've really reduced the pork, which I didn't find as hard as I thought. But I never used to eat meat.
We were nearly vegetarian.
We were nearly vegetarian. Poor Mira. Trev saved us.
Yeah.
Damn
And
that,
now
brother.
this is tomahawks.
Yeah, I want to come and eat at your house.
Yeah. The great thing is that Mira's hormones are going to be amazing
Mm.
Yeah,
as she grows up and everything. Her moods will be even, her hormones will be great, and literally she'll love you even more for it.
oh, there you go. I have to say, I have noticed, even though Mira's not full carnivore because she still has school lunches and goes to her
Yeah.
dad's and things, but often she'll just take like the meat out, eat the meat part and throw away the taco, you know. But there's still carbs and high inflammatory stuff coming into a diet. But I have to say, since there's been more just meat at home, I've noticed a big improvement in her moods.
Yeah. Yeah, because the blood sugars play a big part in our moods and actual so much more. So, you know, because if you look at having more protein, more fat, we're not just us ones that are getting older, but the ones that are growing. You've got a lot more energy there to grow, but also you've got all of the ingredients to make the hormones so that the hormones are all balanced, and that includes your insulins and your cortisols and everything else, so you cope with life much better.
Yeah.
I wish that I'd have known about this when I was a teenager, you know.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have known about it when I first started my career, because it would have saved an awful lot of time, you know. But never too late, is it? Never too late. So and the great thing is we can now share it with the younger people, so they don't have to go through what we went through. So
yeah. One of Mira's friends, Jack, they own farmland just down the road. He's on a carnivore diet.
Oh.
And picked up on Mira eating the second half of her tomahawk for lunch. She didn't finish it, so she's eating it, wrapped it up in paper and took it to school.
It's such a good meal, that, isn't it, really? You know, tomahawks. Yeah.
I saw somebody answer a post today about the price of meat, and this lady or man, I don't know what it was, said, you know, yes, I buy tomahawks, and you think that's crazy expensive, but one tomahawk is often more than one meal. You know, I mean, I quite often save a bit for the next day. I can't, you know. And if you think about how much meat that actually is, and how much less of all the other crap you.
Absolutely. You know, if you think about all of the other peripheral stuff that a meal consists of, so we worked out that our average meal each, I think, goes between $7.50 and $10. That's two meals a day, so we don't have that. I think that's brilliant, personally.
Yeah,
I love walking into the supermarket and just going to the meat aisle and coming out, and that's it. You know, like done.
Yeah.
Meat and butter.
Yeah.
So when you look at the time saved, money
Mm-hmm.
saved, and the stress saved, and you don't have to think about what vegetables has to go with this and what you have to, and the sauces and all of those things. Wow.
And the vegetables that go off.
Yeah, the waste.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like,
we
there's
never have
just
any
no
waste.
waste anymore.
Yeah.
And even all the pan juices I save, all the bones I save.
Yeah.
Everything goes into the next pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what would have happened with our grandparents, eh? They would have cooked everything in the same pot and just kept on keeping it on. And they were pretty healthy. Otherwise we wouldn't be here, would we?
Yeah, when I grew up, we just had a soup pot that was always boiling on the wood stove.
Yeah.
And just got added to and added to and added to. And
Yeah,
in
my
winter.
grandparents had the roast, and then the roast went through several days, and it's, you know, there was the roast, then there was the cold slice, and then there was the finally mincing it into something else.
Yeah.
And then the bones off it, making the broth.
Yeah,
Mm. Mm.
Mm,
fantastic, really.
yeah. Back
And
to the future, as they say.
and all that.
And on that
crazy
lovely
thing.
note, Karen, I'm going to toddle off and go and greet my Angelique who's coming home.
Oh, awesome. Okay, well, lovely. Actually, it's
Yes.
probably about time that we all toddled off. So thank you all for joining me. And the thing I was going to share is for food and frequencies going forward, if you need any help, I'm going to be on Zoom from, I think it's about 3 till 5 for 2 hours. So you can just pop in and ask me any questions. I'm only seeing one of you at a time, so you just have to wait in the waiting room, and then I'll let the next person in. So if you have any questions of me, then I'm going to put the post up in the groups, so that if you have any questions you just want to pop on and ask, then feel free. Or if you have anything personal you want to talk about that you don't want in this group, or anything really, I'm offering that to food and frequency members. So
Mm.
so
Nice.
that's going to be ongoing,
Yeah.
apart from when I'm on holiday, of course. If I'm on holiday, I won't be doing it. So, but that's
What
what
day of the week will that be?
Wednesday, I think. I'll confirm it with you. I'll just have to go through my diary and make sure I haven't got anything on that time. But basically it'll be one day a week, which will be, yeah, probably Wednesday, I think. So yeah. So okie dokie, lovely people.
Ladies?
I
Thank
look
you.
forward to seeing you next week, if not before. Have a magical, magical week, and keep on keeping being healthy. Awesome. Bye, lovelies.
Right.
Bye.